Across the globe, citizens, national leaders, and cardinals are still processing the loss of a beloved pope. In Delaware County, medical workers, patients, and families' concerns are on the rise as they search to find answers for nearby medical treatments.
New rules and agreements have scratched the surface when it comes to voting for Oscar award winners. While New Jersey wildfires are raging on, a suspect has been charged with arson. Welcome to WUTV. I'm Allison Padula, and this is Damya Walton. Pope Francis has died of a stroke and heart failure at his Vatican residence on Easter Monday, April 21st, at the age of 88. Known for his humility and concern for the poor, he was the first Latin American pope to hold the title. The day before his death, he made a public appearance on Easter Sunday, surprising the masses after being hospitalized mere months before. Francis's coffin has been transferred to St. Peter's Basilica, and his funeral will be held Saturday. Cardinals have begun gathering in Rome to elect a successor. This process typically takes between 2 and 3 weeks for a new pope to be named.
On April 21st, Prospect Medical Holdings, the parent company of Crozer Health, announced it is shutting down. The following day, thousands of employees from Crozer and Taylor Hospital gathered to demand the hospital stay open until a new owner is found. With the 2 hospitals closing, Delaware County residents are now left with only 2 emergency rooms in Delaware County, Memorial Hospital and Springfield Hospital. Almost 3,000 employees will be permanently laid off due to the closing, and thousands of patients will have to find somewhere else to receive critical health care. Among the employees losing their jobs is the president of Crozer Chester Nurses Association, Peggy Malone. While advocating for patients to CBS 3, she said our patients have nowhere to go, but she still hopes that someone will save Crozer. The Oscars just got a little bit more competitive. In a procedural change, Academy members must now watch all nominated films in each category to be eligible to vote in the final round for Oscars. The 98th Oscars will air on March 15, 2026.
The U.S. Department of Education announced they will resume mandatory collections on defaulted student loans for over 5 million borrowers starting May 5th. In 2020, these loans were first paused during Trump's administration due to COVID-19 hardships. This announcement comes as federal student aid employees have been terminated at the Department of Education as part of the President Donald Trump's efforts to eliminate the agency. Former Undersecretary of Education, James Cavall, spoke to ABC News that this change, along with the current layoffs, is concerning because they are cutting the people that would help borrowers make this transition. Defaulted loan borrowers should expect an email over the next 2 weeks, making them aware of these developments and urging them to contact the Default Resolution Group to make a monthly payment. United States Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth has been reported to have texted military plans for a second time. The chat happened around March with Michael Kurilla and Hegseth discussing Yemen military strikes. Officials recently shared that Hegseth texted this information with 13 people, including his wife and brother, who was a senior advisor. In response to this, Hegseth shared with Fox News, what has been shared over Signal, then and now, however you characterize it, it was informal, unclassified coordination for media coordination. This statement has caused mixed reactions amongst government officials and news outlets. President Donald Trump has shared that they will support Hegseth's position in stating that the former Pentagon employees likely have leaked the information.
Harvard University announced Monday that it is suing the Trump administration to hold a federal freeze on more than $2.2 billion in grants after the institution said it would defy the Trump administration's demands to limit activism on campus. In a letter to Harvard, the Trump administration had called for broad government and leadership reforms at the university and changes to its admission policies. It also demanded the university audit views of diversity on campus and stop recognizing some student organizations. The administration has argued universities allowed its anti-Semitism to go unchecked at campus protests last year. Harvard's suit called the funding freeze a violation of its First Amendment rights. Construction has begun at Dutton Mill Road and Turner Industrial Way in Ashton Township. It will be the home of Christiana's Care for First Micro Hospital in Delaware County, Pennsylvania. Ashland Township Manager Bill DeFeo estimates the project will cost between $11 million and $50 million. DeFeo said in quote, "It's a win-win situation, not only for Christiana, but also for Ashland Township."
A teen has been charged with arson after being accused of purposefully starting a New Jersey wildfire. Joseph Kling, 19, from Ocean Township, is facing aggravated arson charges in connection with the wildfire that started in Ocean County Tuesday and continues to spread throughout New Jersey. The wildfire has grown to encompass 15,000 acres and is currently 50% contained. The fire is currently threatening 8 structures along Jones Road, Bryant Road, and Wellsman Road in Ocean Township. There are currently no road closures in place, but Wells Mills Park is closed. Officials stated that containment efforts currently include backfrying options, use of an air tanker capable of dropping 300 gallons of water. Over hundreds of college presidents have co-signed a declared letter to the Trump administration. The letter occurred Tuesday, April 22nd, a day after Harvard's lawsuit on federal funding. The letter expressed its values and concerns within one shared idea that all universities, regardless of status or major, have the right to educate their students without coercion. Within Pennsylvania, the following colleges and their presidents have signed the letter: University of Pennsylvania, Lafayette College, Villanova University, Temple University, Haverford College, Ursinus College, and Swarthmore College. President Donald Trump has not made a statement yet in regard to their address. The full letter can be found in more detail on pbs.com. Now let's head over to our senior Tom Curtin at the sports desk for a sports recap.
Thanks, Allison. I'll be talking about Philly and Widener sports after this commercial break. Stay tuned.
Wherever you go at Widener, you've always got your pride. Everywhere you go, and behind everything you do. And before you know it, you are working in your field, realizing your life's ambitions before you even leave Widener.
If you have a dream, come join us.
Widener University. Many roars,
One pride.
Welcome to the Sports Desk. I'm Tom Curtin. The time has come. It's NFL Draft Weekend. We sent our reporter, Dylan Hastings, to Lincoln Financial Field to get an insight into the Eagles' plans.
With the draft being Thursday night, there are a few key details that every Birds fan needs to know going into the weekend. Whether it's potential trades, draft picks, or just soaking in all the excitement, I'm here to help you out. The Eagles have 8 draft picks this year, including 4 in the 5th round. Last year, the Eagles tied an NFL record with 7 trades during the draft weekend. And for 3 consecutive years, the Eagles have made a trade on draft night. Don't be upset or surprised if the Eagles trade their first-round selection. It has been reported that Howie Roseman does not have 32 first-round talents on his draft board. So if his guy is not there at pick 32, expect other teams to swoop in and try and trade for it. Let's talk what the team needs real quick. With so many key defensive players leaving in free agency, Josh Sweat, Milton Williams, C.J. Gardner-Johnson getting traded, Oren Burks, the linebacker, going to the Bengals, expect the Eagles to make a big splash on defensive backs and pass rushers. Now that we got those key details out of the way, let's talk to some fellow Birds fans to see what they think the reigning Super Bowl champions should do this weekend.
I would like to see them go out and get a linebacker. Develop a linebacker, late draft pick in the first round, go out, find a linebacker.
I think they're going to either get a tight end or a safety. Hopefully not a tight end, but I would like a safety or edge rusher.
The number one detail that people need to remember is to trust Howie Roseman and his front office. The guy has won you 2 Super Bowls in the last 7 years. He can get you there again. Just believe in what he can do this weekend. And most importantly,
go Birds.
Thank you for that report, Dylan. The Philadelphia Eagles signed center Cam Jurgens to an extension of 4 years, $68 million, with a guaranteed of $39.4 million Monday, which will have him staying with Philly through the 2029 season. Cam Jurgens said, end quote, "I feel like I have a lot of good guys around me, and I just kept learning, getting better every game this year. It's a huge honor. So many people playing never get it." With 4 offensive linemen under contract, the Eagles continue to deliver their commitment to the offensive line. After a 3-game loss to the New York Mets, the Philadelphia Phillies are having a rough start despite their 13-11 record. Offensively, the Phillies have not capitalized on getting hits or homers, but they continue to improve. Trey Turner quoted, "To me, it feels like we're doing a lot of things better. We're walking at a very high rate. It just feels like we're not hitting enough homers or getting key hits." While Christopher Sanchez is dealing with a forearm injury from Tuesday night, his teammates are in high spirits for him. After talking to him, "I'm not as concerned as when he came out," said Phillies catcher JT Realmuto. The Phillies will play the Chicago Cubs in a 3-game series on Friday at 2:20 p.m. Gabby Nye broke the Widener record of 1,500 meters in a time of 4 minutes and 34.9 seconds, including the 5K mark with a time of 16 minutes and 48.07 seconds. Sophomore Marian Koita broke the Widener record of 100 meters in 11.95 seconds and the 200 mark in 24.51 seconds. Senior Kayla Robinson broke the triple jump record at 12.10 meters. Junior Kate Tong and the Widener women's softball have rolled into a 4-2 week after their 6-game stretch. The Lansdowne, PA native won MAC Player of the Week with 4 home runs. The team will play their second to last game of the season against the Knights of Newman on Thursday, April 24th. The first pitch is set for 4 p.m. Junior Widener's women basketball player Mia Robbins has been named to City of Basketball Love for First Team All-Area. The Voorhees, New Jersey native has surpassed 1,000 points this season. Robbins has already been named First Team All-MAC after leading Widener to an 18-9 season. This past weekend, our reporter Ashton Ray covered the Paul Donahue Invitational, where coaches honored the senior track members.
Invitational at Widener University.
At Widener University, a track meet was held on campus filled with people who were supporting the athletes, but also honor senior athletes who are graduating this year at Widener. As a tribute to their years of dedication, each senior has been presented with a custom-made Widener jacket to symbolize the team's commitment and achievements. Additionally, the event honors a former team member named Paul Donahue. Tragically, Paul lost his life, which deeply affected the track community and left a mark on his teammates. He was loved by his coaches, fellow athletes, family, and friends. Paul's parents honored their son's memory by accepting his jacket on his behalf.
Mother and father, and recall that Paul will always live in our memory, in our hearts, in the teammates' hearts, in the entire Widener community hearts. He's deeply missed, always remembered, and forever a part of this team.
As you can see, the Widener track community was deeply saddened when Paul passed. He was a great runner, great teammate, and a great friend to the track community. Which indicates also why every track meet being held at Widener is named Paul Donahue Invitational Meet, to honor Paul and his passing. Reporting for WUTV, I'm Ashton Ray.
Thank you for that report, Ashton. That's all for the Sports Desk. Stay tuned for your weekly weather forecast and more.
Let's go, Pride!
Widener Student Project Day is this Friday. Seniors of Widener University will be showing off their hard work from the past year. The Communication Studies Department seniors will be showing their capstone presentations in Freedom Hall, room 122, from 9:45 a.m. to 11:40 a.m. Widener Communication Studies and Digital Media Informatics are hosting the WUCOMS Awards this Friday directly after capstone presentations in Freedom Room 122. Awards will be given out for the following categories: Best Campus Event, Best News Package, Best Sports Segment, Best WUTV News Block, Best Podcast, Best Graphic, and Best Social Media Promotion. Congratulations to all students nominated.
Are you an art lover with a craving for candy? Come celebrate and explore Peddler's Village to see Peeps in the Village. For the 6th year, the event showcases various art, from sculptures to dioramas, for the popular Marshmallow Tree on their recent competitions. For those interested, the village will be open from Monday to Thursday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Then from Tuesday to Saturday, it will be open from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. And then on Sunday, it will be open from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. The event will be occurring till April 27th with free admission. Enjoy. Spring allergy season is upon us. With pollen covering nearly everything, it's important to remember your tissues when enjoying the beautiful weather outside. If you believe you may have undiagnosed allergies, see your doctor for a skin test to determine your specific allergies over the counter.
Let's see if this beautiful weather is going to continue with our weather anchor, Lola Geyer.
Thanks, Allison, and welcome to the Weather Center. I'm Lola Geyer. On Friday, it will be partly cloudy with a high of 74 and a low of 56. On Saturday, we can expect some thunderstorms, but don't worry and get your sunscreen because the sunny weather will return on Sunday and Monday. Tuesday, it will have a high of 85, and Wednesday will follow closely behind with a high of 84. It looks like the cooler weather is finally behind us. Thanks for tuning in to the Weather Center, and I'm Lola Geyer. We'll be back at the desk after this short break.
Senior Widener nursing students were called into action Wednesday during a live simulation event to test their disaster response and recovery skills. The scenario: Darby Creek flooded from heavy rains, displacing many Delaware County residents. In partnership with the American Red Cross and Delco Health Department, students swung into action with an immediate post-flood response effort, providing medical care, temporary housing, transportation, food, reunification efforts, and more.
As semester wraps up, let's take a look at some Widener events taking place around campus. Get ready for anime night. Bring your friends and snacks for a series of movies. The event will be taking place this Friday, April 25th from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. in Freedom 122. The Final Friday Writing Group encourages creative writing among the student body with its kickoff event on Friday, April 25th from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. in the Writing Center. The group encourages writers to set a daily writing goal and then meet with the group on the last Friday of each month, ending on August 29th for a workshop. The program does not require writers to attend all meetings, but hopes you can make it as often as you can.
Widener Dance Company invites you to join them for their semi-annual dance recital. The recital is this weekend, with 2 shows on Saturday at 12 p.m. and 7 p.m., and 1 show on Sunday at 12 p.m. The recital includes dance performances of jazz, hip-hop, contemporary, tap, and so much more. At each show, there will be a canned food drive open for donations, as well as refreshments and WDC merch for sale. Come support the arts this weekend.
With the semester coming to an end, this is WUTV's last episode of the semester. We are so proud to have brought you coverage on everything, from national stories to local campus news. We put together a little video of our best moments from the semester. Roll the tape.
With the end of every spring semester comes the hard goodbyes for our seniors. WUTV is proud to have 2 seniors participating in our senior show today. You might have already heard one of them, Tom Curtin and Vaughn Johnson Baptiste. Both of these students have been an incredible help to WUTV, the Communication Studies Department, and Widener University these past 4 years. It's been a pleasure seeing them grow and flourish into professionals. We are going to miss them, but we are so excited to see them take their experiences and education into their chosen industries. Congratulations on your graduation.
Being here has been such a monumentous journey.
Being here is such an opportunity. Thank you all.
Thank you for watching this episode of WUTV. For Tom Curtin, Vaughn Johnson Baptiste, Lola Geyer, Allison, Padula, and all the behind-the-scenes crew, I'm Damya Walton. Good night.